Hello, everybody. We're back. It's been a little bit of a break. Life's been busy, crazy, and it's good to be able to slow down and do another video for you. But we're going to do a knee series today. So let's talk about a knee. The projections here at Sterling Urgent Care, we're going to do an AP, a lateral, and a sunrise. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. Our SID, or source to image distance, is 40 inches. It calls for a 5-degree angle for the lateral knee, and it's kind of hard to do unless you have a traditional machine. It's a little bit difficult to do on these, so you can get away with not doing the 5-degree angle, but I'll show you why, or what it's going to look like here in a minute. Central raise a 1/2 inch distal to the apex of the patella. So the bottom of the patella, you're about a finger width below the patella. And for the lateral, it's 1 inch below the medial condyle. Okay. Collimation, we just want to make sure you include the entire knee. We want to get about 1/4 of the femur and 1/4 of the proximal tib fib, and of course the knee joint. Technical factors: KVP 65 to 70, mass 8 to 10. Okay, so we're not using a lot of technique here. So for the lateral, make sure the condyles, or for the AP, make sure the condyles are parallel to the image receptor. For a true AP, the lateral, make sure the ankle and knee are on the same plane, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Ensure proper alignment of the condyles. Okay, that's what it's all about with the knee, is those medial and lateral epicondyles. Okay, so let's show you how to position one of these real quick. We've got Kate with us again, and we've got Aspen today running our camera. We appreciate that very much. Okay, so these can be done upright, and they can also be done on the table. Sometimes they're a little easier on the table, and sometimes when you do them upright, especially if you're doing bilateral knees for your AP, it's easier to do them upright. Okay, but we're going to show you how to do it on the table. It translates to upright, so just remember that. Okay, now Kate told me that she doesn't have a patella, so we're going to pretend she has a patella. All right, so she does have a patella. Okay, here's the patella right there. You can feel that. It's just right below the knee joint right there. Okay, we got the patella. We're going to go about a finger width below the patella. So I'm going to have you scoot back a little bit. Up, forward, other back. Come on. There you go. Right there. Okay, so we're a 1/2 inch below the patella right there. Now our collimation, we want to include medial and lateral skin margins, right? We want to include about 1/4 of the femur and about 1/4 of the proximal tib fib. Okay, so we want to make sure that our condyles are parallel to the image receptor. You can put your fingers under there and you can tell whether that is parallel or not. If they're off to one side or the other, just straighten them up. Okay, yeah, make sure those condyles are parallel to the IR. Okay, and there's your AP right there. Okay, piece of cake, right? Okay, so let's do a lateral quick. A lateral. So we're going to have Kate roll onto her right side. Okay, you're going to bring that leg up over top. Go ahead and come on down this way a little bit more. Okay, we've got our medial condyle right there. You may have to fill for that, but we're going to be about 1 inch below there. Okay, we're going to bend the knee about 30 degrees. Have you come back this way a little bit. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to have you lay on your side just to prove there you go. Okay. All right, come on down this way a little bit. There you go, good job. Okay, so we're angled about 30 degrees. Okay, we're gonna bring Kate's knee back. We're gonna break her knee doing this. Okay. Okay, so you'll note that her knee is kind of up in the air, so we're not at a true lateral. So I would just grab Kate's knee and just bring her down. There you go. Perfect, right there. Okay, so you'll note that the distance between the knee and the image receptor and the ankle and the image receptor is pretty much the same. Okay, so we want this area on the same plane. That's going to ensure that we've got good laterality of the epicondyles and they're actually on top of each other. Okay. In a perfect world, we're going to angle our tube 5 degrees. Those of you with a traditional x-ray unit, this is really easy to do. Just angle your tube 5 degrees cephalic, okay? And your central ray is going to go, sorry, Kate, right 1 inch below the medial condyle, okay? Now, make sure you have light up here. You can turn your collimator box a little bit if you need to. Make sure you have a sliver of light up here and a sliver of light up here. Same thing, we're including the tib fib and the femur, okay? Then mark it as a right. Make sure your distances are pretty close here and take your picture, okay? Lateral knees are really important that you get as good a lateral as possible, okay? So having the patient roll on their side is very helpful, okay? All right, let's do a patella. Okay, I'm gonna have you hop off there real quick. A couple different ways we can do a patella. Much easier if I would take the locks off of that thing. But, okay, so we're gonna turn our machine into an upright position, okay? This is the first way we can do it on this stationary machine. On the actual traditional machine, there's various ways you can do a patella. Okay, so we're going to open this to at least 60 inches, but I'm going to go to 72 just so you guys can see. So we're increasing our SID. We're just basically making room for a body under there. You want to unlock that? Thank you. See how much easier that is if you unlock? Okay, we're actually going to slip our table right under there. Okay. Just like that. You're gonna lock it again. Now we're gonna have Kate come and lay on her back, okay, with her head right here. Be careful that they don't hit their head on the tube, okay? Now you're gonna wanna have Kate scoot down here so her feet are up against the image receptor. Very good. Now we're gonna open our collimator and we're gonna center right at the base of the patella, where the patella meets the femur, okay? Just like that. Okay, now we're going to use our right marker. We're going to mark the right side. You'll note that we're open just so we can see the space between the patella and the femur, okay? That is how you do a bilateral patella on this machine, okay? Pretty easy. Just make sure the patient is safe. If you need to move your image receptor up, that's okay. Just make sure your collimation is open so you're catching the top of the patella and a couple inches of the femur. We want that space between the patella and the femur, okay? Okay, go ahead and hop off there. Make sure you mark like I did and then it fell off, so we know which one's right and which one's left, okay? Now, if you just need a single view of the patella, there's a little bit easier way to do it. We're going to come back into 40 inches. Then we're going to put it in I call this upright. You can call either one upright, but your machine's going to be up, okay? Your IR is going to be lower. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this to 45 degrees, okay? And that's as far as it goes, is 45 degrees, okay? Then we're going to have Kate come right over here. And she's going to stand in front of the ER. She's actually going to bend her knee and put it up there, okay? Note that our collimation, we're going to catch the top of the patella and the femur, right? That space is going to be wide open for us, okay? Just remember to put your IR at 45 degrees. Have the patient put their knee up there. The problem with this one is you can only do one side at a time. It's easier if you want both to do it on the table, okay? But on this machine, there is a couple ways to do the patella. I hope this was helpful. Good luck with your knees. Have a knee come across. Get out there and do it. Practice makes perfect, right? So our questions for the day is who is our camera person today? It starts with an A, okay? And how many ways did I show you to do a patella today? Easy questions. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. See you next time.